All right, honors Algebra 2 and Algebra 2. Here we are on the start of page 13 for your 5154 game plan. Again, you have a lot of pages from page, I believe, 9 to 21 or 22. That's most of the review. So this is going to serve as giving you answers, dividing everything on number 2 by 5, taking away 3 from the exponent of x and 1 from y. That's what we're doing here on 2 synthetic division. Oh, man. I got a 2 attached there, so you know that 4 divided by 2 is 2 and not 4. We'll take care of that at the end. I'm going to set 2x minus 3 equal to 0. I get 3 over 2. What? Okay, so I am going to just bring down the 4 like I do all the time. We'll take care of this 2 later. 1.5 times 4 is 6. Add them up because that is a 0x to the third, negative 17x squared, 14x, negative 3. 1.5 times 6 is 9. Add them up. 1.5 times a negative 8 is negative 12. Add them up. 1.5 times 2 is 3. Add them up. I do have a remainder of 0. 4x to the fourth divided by 2x is definitely not 4. So I'm going to divide everything by this 2. Divide all of these by 2. So it's 2x to the third plus 3x squared minus 4x plus 1. Remainder 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do here on 6, 5 squared, 25, a power to a power, I multiply the exponents. 3 to the third is 27. Multiply the exponents. 25 times 27, 675. Then I add the exponents. Exponent rule number 1. Number 7, I'm going to clean this up first. 21 over 7 is 3. Top has more with x, 3 more. Top has more in terms of its exponents with y, 5 more. But top has the highest exponents, power of z. 1 minus a negative 5 is 6. Then I'm going to raise everything to the third power. 3 to the third is 27. Then a power to a power. I multiply all those exponents together. Those are half the answers for page 13. Here is page 14. Same deal. A lot of 5-1 review. Multiply straight across. 3 times 2 is 6. Add the exponents. X to the negative second puts x to the second in the denominator. All right, so here, 3 to the third, 27. 5 to the third, 125. I multiply all those exponents. Number 8, I raise everything to the negative fourth, so all these exponents are being multiplied by negative 4. Y to the negative 20 would go south. Be y to the 20th times z to the 12th down below. We've seen one like 10 a bunch. Multiply the numerator, everything in the numerator first. 3 times 10 is 30. Add the exponents with x and y. X to the 6 over x to the 6 cancel. The top has the highest exponent of y by 4. 30 divided by 5 is 6. Bye-bye denominator. All right, let's go to page 15, another review page. All right, number 12, 15 divided by 5 is 3. X to the third divided by y to the fourth. Everything is squared. 3 to the second is 9. Multiply the exponents. Y to the 6, x to the 6 over y to the 8th. All right, on 13, just combine like terms. 5x squared plus 2x squared is 7x squared. Negative 6x plus 7x is 1x. 7 plus a negative 6 is 1. 14. 10 minus 3 is 7. Negative, the opposite of a negative 7x is 7x. 6 minus 3 is 3. Here we go on 18. 2x times 3x, 2x times 3x squared is 6x to the third. 2x times 5x, 2x times a negative 3. Negative 5 times 3x squared. Negative 5 times 5x. Negative 5 times a negative 3. Combine like terms. All right, on 20, x plus 3 to the third means x plus 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 3. Do this in a quicker fashion soon. I'm going to FOIL here. X squared plus 3x plus 9. And then 3 terms by 2 terms. When I multiply everything out, that gives me 6 terms. Again, x to the third plus 3x squared plus 6x squared plus 18x plus 9x plus 27. 12x to the third plus 15x squared plus 6x. Here we're adding the exponents. 5x to the fifth plus 15x squared plus 5x to the negative fifth. X to the fifth would go south. On 26 here, we're going to divide everything by 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Negative 15 divided by 5 is a negative 3. 40 divided by 5 is 8. So I'm going to take 1 away from the exponent of x. By x here. I'm going to take 2 away from the exponent of y. All right, in 28, dividing by x minus 1 equals 0, so x equals 1. 1 goes in the cubby. 1x to the third, 6x squared, negative 3x, 9. Bring the 1 down because you're doing 1x to the third divided by a single x. 1 times 1 is 1, add up the column. 1 times 7 is 7, add up the column. 1 times 4 is 4, add up the column. 13 is the remainder. Start with x to the third divided by a single power of x. That is 1x squared plus 7x plus 4 plus 13 over what you're dividing by. Oh, man. Just more review here. So dividing everything by x minus 2. Set x minus 2 equal to 0. X is 2. 2 goes in the cubby. 5x to the fourth, 0x to the third, negative 3x squared, 7x, negative 4. Bring down the 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Add them up. 2 times 10 is 20. Add them up. 2 times 17 is 34. Add them up. 2 times 41 is 82. Add them up. 5x to the fourth divided by a power of x gives me 5x to the third plus 10x squared plus 17x minus, or plus 41 plus 78 over what I'm dividing by. And moving on, dividing by x plus 4, so x plus 4 equals 0, x equals negative 4. Negative 4 goes in the cubby. 2x to the third, 3x squared, negative 23x, negative 12. Bring down the 2. Negative 4 times 2, add them up. Negative 4 times negative 5, add them up. Negative 4 times negative 3, add them up. So x plus 4 is a factor. That'll be very important for us next chapter. 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. More with exponents. Exponent rule number 1 is 7 times 3 times 4. Then add the exponents. Nothing to clean up here. Raise everything to the third. 4 to the third. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. 3 to the third is 27. Then I have a bunch of power to power, so I multiply the exponents. Raise everything to the negative fifth, so multiply all those exponents by negative 5. That negative 30 will come south. 8, negative 3 to the fourth is 81. Then I multiply the exponents. X to the eighth goes south. Number 9, negative 3 to the second is 9. Then I multiply those exponents together. 4 to the second is 16. Then I multiply those exponents together. 9 times 6 is 144. Add the exponents. 3x times 5x is 15x squared. 3x times negative 3 is negative 9x. 2x times x, 2x squared. 2x times 4 is 8x. 15x squared plus 2x squared, 17x squared. Negative 9x plus 8x is a negative x. Combine like terms. Very easy on 13. 6x squared minus 4x squared is 2x squared. 9x minus a negative 3x would be 9x plus 3x, 12x. Negative 4 minus a negative 9 is negative 4 plus 9, 5. 2 terms by 3 terms is 6 terms. Again, we're multiplying combined like terms. On 16, I'm multiplying, add the exponents, multiplying, add the exponents, multiply, add those exponents. X to negative 6, so I would divide and have x to the 6 in the denominator. Divide everything by 3. take away 2 from the exponents with x, take away 2 from all the exponents with y. On 24, I said x plus 1 equal to 0. Negative 1 goes in the cubby. 3x to the third, negative 7x squared, 10x and 3. Bring down the 3. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Add them up. Negative 1 times negative 10 is 10. Add them up. Negative 1 times 20 is negative 20. Add them up. 3x squared minus 10x plus 20 minus 17 over what you're dividing by. 26. Set x plus 2 equal to 0. X equals negative 2. Negative 2 goes in the cubby. 3x to the third. 8x squared. 9x 10. Bring down the 3. Negative 2 times 3 is a negative 6. Add up the column. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Add up the column. Negative 2 times 5 is a negative 10. Add them up. 0 is your remainder. So yes, x plus 2 is a factor. Started with 3x to the third divided by a power of x. So that is 3x squared plus 2x plus your constant 5. And the last page of review. X plus 3 set equal to 0. Negative 3 goes in the cubby. 3x to the third. 10x. 0x. 11. Bring down the 3. Multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, and add. 20 is your remainder. Start with 3x squared plus x minus 3 plus 20, your remainder over what you're dividing by. On 30 here, x to the fifth would be up top. Y to the third would be down below. 4 minus a negative 2 is 6. Raise everything to the third, so multiply all those exponents by 3. All right, so this is not a bonus. We're just going to do it. So, ooh, I have a 3 there, but set 3x equal to negative 1. Or set 3x plus 3 equal to 0. Then you get 3x equals a negative 3. X is a negative 1, goes in the cubby. Yes, we're going to bring down the 3, even though 3 divided by 3 is definitely 1. We'll take care of that later. Negative 1 times 3 is a negative 3. Add them up. Multiply. Add them up. Multiply. Add them up. Yes, that can't be my answer because 3 divided by 3 is 1. So I'm going to divide everything here by that 3, giving me x squared plus 3x plus 5. Again, we can use long division. You might learn that later to handle that situation. This one's pretty straightforward. Just plug negative. We can use the remainder theorem too. We'll talk about that in class. Just plug negative 4 in for x, plus 2, plug 2 in for x, and then just get those answers. Plug negative 4 in for x, plug 2 in for x, get those answers. The degree is the highest power you see, x to the third. The degree is 3. The leading coefficient is the number attached to the coefficient of that highest degree. So if it's x to the third, leading coefficient is 15. Now, it doesn't matter that it's not always what comes first. The highest exponent is 8, so this is degree 8. What's attached to x to the 8th? Negative 2 is the leading coefficient. If I were to write that in nice standard form. 9 is the highest exponent, so this is degree 9. What's attached to x to the 9th? The leading coefficient is 7. Now, I could FOIL everything out, but the highest power of x times the highest power of x over here will give me x to the 4th. That's the degree. Then 2 times 4, 8. That's the leading coefficient. All right. Looking up top here, if the leading coefficients, so if I have an odd degree, I'm talking x to the first, x to the third, x to the fifth, really not x to the first there. Then the end behavior is going to be in the opposite direction, odd degree, opposite direction. If my leading coefficient is positive, then my graph will always end by going up. If my leading coefficient is negative, my graph will end by going down. If I have an odd degree function, then the end behavior goes in the opposite direction. So start with the leading coefficient. Is it positive or negative? Again, if the leading coefficient is positive, it ends by going up. If it's negative, it ends by going down. Doesn't matter if it's an odd degree or even degree function. Even degree function would be x squared, x to the 4th, x to the 6th. And the end behavior is always the same with the even degree function. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. X to the third. Well, first off, the leading coefficient. These are all written in standard form. The leading coefficient is positive. So I first draw This arrow going up, this little curve going up. So my graph ends by going up. I have odd degrees, so I'm going to have opposite behavior. If it ends by going up, then the other way it goes south. That's how I can handle it. The leading coefficient is negative, LC negative, so it ends by going south. Because it's even degree, it has the same end behavior, so it goes the other way, south as well. Here, the leading coefficient is negative, so again, it ends by going south. Because it's odd, x to the fifth, other way it goes north. And finally, the last one we can see here, leading coefficient is positive, so it ends by going north. Because it's an even degree function, the other way it goes north as well. This is just more examples of that. There's no questions on this page. And page 26, you can tear out. Lastly, page 25, we've made it many minutes of videos here. So first off, look at the end behavior. It's in the opposite direction. So opposite end behavior means this has to be an odd degree function. Crosses the x-axis 1, 2, 3 times, so it has 3 real zeros. This is a very easy question. The end behavior is the same, so it's even, and it crosses the x-axis 1, 2 times. It has 2 real zeros. The end behavior, opposite end behavior, so it's got to be odd degree. Think of the alliteration, opposite odd. Crosses the x-axis 1, 2, 3 times. So it has 3 real zeros. How many times does it cross the x-axis? The x-intercepts are the roots, which are the solutions, which are the zeros. 2 real zeros. Same end behavior means it's an even degree function. This will be the end of the last video because, again, you can tear out page 26. Tear it out. That is it, folks. This is going to be due on Friday the 22nd for Honors Algebra 2, Friday the 29th for Algebra 2. And we can all finish it. We have many pages of review that we need to get at now. This is Yak Math Videos signing out.